Hey, before we actually get to this video, I have an important announcement to make, which I probably should have turned into a separate video, but decided to put it here. I got a new controller, and I did not realize that it was not fully clicked into my microphone. I wasn't gaming with anybody when I got the new controller instead of the one with stick drift. So I had no idea that it wasn't picking up my voice at all because it was all plugged in perfectly fine. So I have no idea what videos are not that don't have me using commentary. I assuming some of the story mode ones do, but I'm not sure and I can't check. If anybody notices anything different or wants to go through, I would be grateful in commenting on which videos don't have commentary. All I know is a lot of the moveset ones are gonna have to be redone, because I caught it when I was looking at a Gogeta video. I originally thought maybe it was just one of my friends couldn't hear me because I played Sparking Zero with them a few days ago. They couldn't hear me. So I looked at one of the videos of the Super Gogeta video I was doing, and yeah, you can't hear me at all. Which means I'm currently, until my other headset charges, I'm using my wired one. So we're gonna see how this goes and everything else. That means I have to redo all of these other moveset ones. If anybody can look at the just for the MK ones, Hero Power Thunder, the Chaos Reigns ones, and the 4 Injustice ones, and comment if only comment if you can't hear me when I should be speaking, i.e. in gameplay / the credits. That would be great. But I will only be redoing these ones unless someone can find those for me. So we're back with Future Trunks from Xenoverse 2. Absolutely sucks that I have to do this, but can't do much about it.
Moving out! I will win this! The best you got! Good one! Here we go! Yeah, take this! Let's try! Over here! Good one! Here we go! Let's try! Take that! Over here!
Well, I fucked up with that one. Oops, I keep on making a mistake with this one, and I think it's literally because I've done this before, like I mentioned in my, top of this video. This is Trunks' first preset. Kinda like the defining Trunks Trunks, almost. Usually, most games, not every Dragon Ball game, things like the Budokai series and Burst Limit do not differentiate between Sword Trunks and Saiyan Armor Fighting Trunks, which I will be referring to as Sword Trunks and Fighting / Melee / Saiyan Armor Trunks when we do Sparking Zero. But some of the other games like Budokai Tenkaichi, Raging Blast, and Sparking divide Trunks into two halves. Of course, this game has only two Trunkses, Future and DBS, along with Kid Trunks and GT Trunks. This is your iconic Trunks with the sword. I will be talking about that sword in a little bit when we get to his other models. But in here, it's very nice to see him actually using his sword. A lot of the times, the games either just don't have Trunks use his sword at all, use it in specific combos, or it's only for attacks and his grab and his specials, or his signature move in the case of Raging Blast 2. Mostly in his grabs or in his attacks, though. Not really in his combos and stuff. I do like these combos. They're nice, but they don't feel like Trunks to me. I do think the sword is a big step up. It's nice to see the modern games allow him to use the sword. Even if it is just with his heavy attacks, it's alright. His grab is actually his throw he does when he uses Heat Dome attack. I've always wondered where his grab came from, and it was only really pretty recently that I realized that's his throw from Heat Dome attack. Now, his moves. This version is really the fight with King Cold and Frieza, but there's nothing really to show here for it. Shining Slash is actually the Kid Trunks move he uses to cut off Harudagon's tail. I'm not going to complain too much about it. If any Trunks is going to have a move like that, it should have been this one, and it's a no-brainer. Basically, anybody with a sword could do this, so it's not like it's unique to Kid Trunks, per se, and Kid Trunks doesn't even have a sword in basically any of the games. And it's kind of become just one of the moves that Future Trunks knows in the video games, which, like I said, makes sense, and I'm never going to complain with more sword moves. It is odd that it's here, though, and I probably would have replaced it. Since Burning Slash is a super in this game, I do want to talk about that, but that can come later. Burning Attack, it's Trunks' signature ball attack, and like just his signature move in general. And the only signature move missing from here is Double Buster, which I will talk about. But Burning Attack, this is the version of Trunks that uses Burning Attack more than any other. It makes sense for it to be here. Change to Future is actually the move he uses to kill Future Android 18. So he shouldn't have it in this preset. He should actually have Godbreaker, which is the move he uses to kill King Cold with. But he doesn't have Godbreaker on this preset, and I don't really understand why he should have Godbreaker. Now, on to his ultimates. Full Power Energy Blast Volley and Full Power Energy Wave are kind of inexcusable for him to have here. He should not have both of the stock ultimates in one. I'm pretty sure they switched this preset around at one point, because I swear he had Heat Dome attack, which a lot of the Trunkses do. You could have given him Double Buster, or, well, sorry, not Double Buster, Buster Cannon. Trunks in this game does not have Buster Cannon, and it's one of his more iconic attacks from the older games. I mean, granted, he really only has it in Budokai 1 through 3 and Burst Limit, but still, that's more than enough for people to want it here. And you can have two versions. Normal Buster Cannon and Super Buster Cannon. Super Buster Cannon could have been the ultimate here. If we just had one Trunks ultimate, I wouldn't have minded, but like, the thing is, usually this Trunks' ultimate is Shining Slash. Or, sorry, Burning Slash, and, Burning Slash is a super attack here, and, yeah, Trunks has it, but this isn't but not on the right preset. If we have to change Burning Slash to a super, Shining Slash can be put on his second preset, because Burning Slash is on his second preset. And for ultimates, Super Buster Cannon and Full Power Energy Blast Volley. Yes, I know I literally just complained about it, but this works. Or you could have given him the Barrage, Sword Slash as a ultimate, the one that he uses to kill all the Frieza soldiers, so he has 2 unique ultimates. This is the first version of Trunks. This Trunks should have what makes this Trunks Trunks. There's no burning slash and it doesn't make sense to me.
Take this!
Hey, this is Trunks' second preset, and yeah, pretty much, there's not much going on with it. This is, I feel like, kinda meant to be BoJack, but really the end of DBZ Trunks, and yeah, a lot of the DBZ games do this, where it's pretty weird, because he goes back to having the sword and stuff, but it's fine. There's nothing inherently wrong slash, well, bad about it per se. It's just here. Really, it's giving us more of the Trunks' stuff. We finally have Burning Slash, which, besides losing its cinematic power, it's still the same old same move that we know and love. And things of that nature, but it's still really fun to use and stuff. I really still do like it, even if it's been downgraded just to a super attack, which really blows, because I feel like this game could have made it into an ultimate. You could have just had it function similarly to how Justice combination doesn't make it so the blast is a extra key input. At least that's what I would have done. Finish Buster is also a super and an ultimate in most games, and here, I think it's appropriately to make it a super, although I wouldn't complain if there was an ultimate version of it, which I will talk about at some point, but it could have been here, or it should be here. It's one of Trunks' signature techniques. It makes sense. They didn't add it into his first preset, and that's fine. This one actually has changed the future, and this is the preset that should have changed the future. So, there's nothing wrong here. Heat Dome Attack. It's just a blast. Most games have it be a rush. The only other game that I know that makes it a actual blast is the Battle of Z. Which, this isn't bad. This move would actually almost be impossible to get off if it was a rush in this game because of how rushes work, unless it was a cinematic attack. But at the point of Trunks' existence, which was back in the PS3 era, so Xenoverse 1, the only cutscene ultimate was Spirit Sword, but I don't count that because you can get out of it. What I define as a cutscene ultimate is like Meteor Explosion or Circle Flash, because you can't escape them. You can still escape Spirit Sword. So it's just a blast. It's pretty much just a blast. You have the nice little, like, aura that he has, and then the beam that shoots up. It's nice, but it does lack quite a lot of its presentation without the rush, which is why I would have made the rush into a super attack that perfectly comboed in with it. But I want to talk more about that one when we get to the next preset of Trunks.
I'm going to absorb you.
Okay. And now we have Fighting Armor Trunks. Yay! Which is no different from the other Trunks. They gave him a single model, which is why he has the sword. Personally, I don't mind if they make this a optional, like, outfit for Trunks in games, but fighting Trunks should never ever have the sword as a default. It is cool to see him like this, and honestly, I've gotten so used to seeing him with the sword. It feels really weird when I watch the series and I see him without the sword in his armor. It's just become one of those things where it's ingrained in my mind, and whenever I think of this Trunks, unless he's transformed, if he's transformed, I don't imagine him with the sword. Just really weird to think about that. But this version pretty much has nothing. There's also no Ultra Form. Just like Vegeta, Vegeta has his own Super Saiyan, Super Vegeta and Super Vegeta 2. His version of Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, instead of Super Vegeta being the buff form and Super Vegeta 2 being the Ultra form, they decided not to add in either of those forms. I mean, Trunks and Gohan do have their own unique version of Super Saiyan called Future Super Saiyan, which basically just exists to make them special. There's like no reason to have this, really. And I don't really bring it up because I brought it up with Gohan's video, I think, and my opinions on it. But it's pretty much just Super Saiyan, so there's nothing wrong with it here. And I don't mind Trunks having a unique transformation, but we will talk about that later, so just remember that, by the way. This Trunks, instead of Shining Slash, you could have given him a move that I will be calling Heat Rush, or Heat Shot. Heat Rush? Essentially, it's his combo that he does to land Heat Dome Attack. Heat Dome Attack is actually the right move to give this version of Trunks. So, what would I have given last version Trunks? Either the combo he used to kill Future 17, or, well, I don't know, Super Buster Cannon again. I'm a little more lenient on reusing the attacks because there's so many presets to this game. It's not like they're a set different character, so I'm okay with characters having ultimates they otherwise wouldn't have, unless something fits better, or you have the horrendous first Trunks preset. Anyhow, yeah, it's here, essentially, to tell you the truth. Now, yeah, Heat Slash, or I guess not Heat Slash, Heat Rush. Burning Attack is fine. God Breaker, this is the first time God Breaker's used, and I don't mind it being here, but it really should have been given to the other preset. It could come back for this one, but if we had Ultra Trunks, which honestly we fucking should, I don't see why we should leave him out. Like, at all. You could have at least given us a little nod by giving us, like, a energy wave for this Trunks, or a command super he has in Raging Blast 2. Both of those would have been nice to see, instead of whatever else we had here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. No one cares, but we probably should care. But, and I've already gone over Heat Dome Attack. There's not much for me to go over here, really. So, this is meant to be Xeno Trunks, the one from Xenoverse. Personally, I would have made Xeno Trunks a completely different character, and not a preset to normal Trunks, so he could have his own fighting style and things like that. But since they didn't do that, you could have at least given him the option to have a full unique moveset with 2 unique ultimates and possibly a unique transformation. I know this version and the other version were made in Xenoverse 1, and they didn't probably think about doing that, but he still should have had unique moves, even if it was like Time Buster, Finish Sword, Finish Blade, Heat Wave, Heat Slap. Like, you could have given him unique moves, especially since he has a sword, or you could have brought in over moves that he didn't already have, but I think a totally unique moveset would have benefited him, whether it was a Strike Super, a Blast, and a counter into 2 ultimates, maybe a Blast and a Strike ultimate. It would have been nice. The evasive skill is whatever, I don't really care. But they most certainly should have given him something that made it unique, but they decided not to. Only God knows why. Oops, that burning attack, that finish buster was not meant to be there. This is just a ripped preset. I want to thought Demigra. Meh. Pretty much meh. I don't mind him having his reused attacks, but once again, if he had any unique attacks, you still could have strung them in here and gave him some of his old attacks, even if they were just variants like Super Finish Buster or Burning Strike. Just anything would have been better than absolute dog shit crap.
Moving out. Better hit me with everything you have. Welcome to the end of the line. Welcome to the end of the line. Now, over here. Take this! Over here.
This is Ginyu Trunks. In the story mode of Xenoverse 2, Trunks gets body swapped with Ginyu, and this is what happens. I'm glad to see they actually gave us this preset. Very cool. Really feels like this somewhat had weight. Also, it's just a fun preset to have. I don't want to go over the basic attack combos or the grab. I want to save that for Ginyu, since this is, of course, Ginyu's moveset and everything. The only new move they gave him is Finish Barrage. Let's call it Finish Barrage. I think it's called Finish. No, it's not called Finish Breaker. But it's actually a Kid Trunks move. And I know before in the past I've talked about other moves that belong to other characters, but I do want to save this for Kid Trunks because it is primarily a Kid Trunks move. So I'll be talking about it there. But other than that, this is a fun preset. It has a lot of Trunks moves, of course. It's really fun to see Ginyu doing it, and similar to the Ginyu Goku preset that Goku has, I don't have any issues with this, and there's not much to really talk about with it.